Space is pretty cool. Just think about how big it is, but also there are so many interesting things going on up there. I've made a number of videos about space and about the things that are happening up in space, and I love seeing things with my own eyes, but sometimes it's too late. I often find out about things after it happens and I don't get a chance to see it. So if you want to do any stargazing in 2025, I'm going to be detailing some of the astronomical events that are visible from Earth, most of the time with the naked eye, depending on where you are in the world. So get out your diaries and let's get the space forecast for 2025. We're starting with January, and I understand that the month is nearly over when this video comes out, so we'll zoom through the things that you probably missed. On the night of the 3rd and early morning of the 4th of January, there was the quadranted meteor shower. Meteor showers look like lights flying through the night sky. We might talk about meteors as shooting stars. There are bits of debris floating around in space that Earth passes through. It's kind of like Earth is a car driving and the meteors are bugs that occasionally get hit by the car and get stuck to the windscreen or burn up. Meteor showers are best viewed in a very dark place, far away from city lights on a clear, still night, which is actually the best condition for viewing most of the astronomical events in this video. On January 16th, Mars was at opposition. But what does that mean when a planet is at opposition? It is, from our perspective here on Earth, opposite the sun. So Earth is pretty well between the sun and the planet. These conditions mean that it's easiest to see the planet. 1, because it's closer to Earth, and 2, because the sky will not be lit up by the sun, which makes things in space very hard to see. Only planets further away from the sun than Earth are can be at opposition. So Mercury and Venus won't be at opposition because the Earth can't be between them and the sun because they're closer. And this month, the planets are all lining up in the sky. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are all pretty close to one another in our sky at the moment. Mercury's left out, but only for now. It will join them next month for a whole parade of planets, though you won't be able to see Neptune and Uranus because they are too far away and you'll need a telescope. And this is all pretty exciting news actually. Let's talk about it in a moment though. In February, there is less going on than in January, but on the 28th, Mercury will have joined the planetary procession and all 7 of the other planets in our solar system will be in a line in the sky. This is an unusual event. In fact, the next time that 5 naked eye planets will align in the sky will be 2040. The next time 6 planets will align will be 2080. So get out there and see this unusual event. Its peak date on average is the 28th of February, but depending on where you are in the world, it may be a little different. There's a link in the resources to this video of website where you can get more information about this unusual and exciting event. In March, we're going to get some eclipses. On the evening of the 13th and morning of the 14th of March, there is a total lunar eclipse where the Earth passes between the sun and the moon and casts its shadow on the moon. It'll be visible in North and South America, Western Europe, Western Africa, and New Zealand. Australia misses out. But then on the 29th of March, there's a partial solar eclipse where the moon partially goes in front of the sun and will be visible from Europe and the northeast corner of America. So Australia misses out. Also, please don't look directly at the sun, not even with sunglasses. It's very bright and you need specialized eclipse glasses. Otherwise, seriously, you risk blindness. If you missed the meteor shower in January, fear not, because in the evening of the 22nd and the morning of the 23rd of April, the Lyrid meteor shower will be gracing our skies. And if it's overcast or you can't find some dark sky, only a couple of weeks later, on the evening of the 6th and the morning of the 7th of May, the Eta Aquarid meteor shower will hit. June's pretty quiet. And so is July, until the end of the month, where we will pass through the Southern Delta Aquariid meteor shower, where the best viewing will be on the night of the 31st. In August, expect the Perseid meteor shower to be visible on the evening of the 12th and the morning of the 13th. Then we get to September, and boy, September is quite a month of sky stuff. On the evening of the 7th and the morning of the 8th, we have another total lunar eclipse, the 2nd of the year. It will be visible across Europe, Africa, Asia, New Zealand, and yes, Australia. Then on the 21st of September, during the day, there will be another partial solar eclipse. It'll be visible from the southern Pacific, New Zealand and Antarctica, though some of these places may actually get it on the sunrise of the 22nd. But back to the 21st of September, we'll get Saturn at opposition. So get out there and look for a glorious untwinkling dot in our sky, or get out your telescope for a best chance of seeing its rings. Then just a couple of nights later, on the 23rd, Neptune will be at opposition, which you can't see with the naked eye, but it's the best time of year if you have a suitably capable telescope. And sometime in September of this year, the Juno spacecraft is probably going to finish its mission. Its original mission was to study Jupiter and was set to finish in 2018, but it just kept on going. What a fabulous little unmanned spacecraft. It's probably going to be crashed into Jupiter, where it'll most likely be destroyed by the planet's radiation. Probably. Then we have some meteor showers. Let's go. On the evening of the 8th and the morning of the 9th of October, the Draconid meteor shower will be visible. Then on the evening of the 21st and the morning of the 22nd, the Orionid meteor shower will be visible, but it doesn't stop there. In November, the night of the 17th and morning of the 18th, the Leonid meteor shower will be in our skies. Then on the 21st, Uranus will be at opposition. Uranus is not usually visible to the naked eye, but when it's at opposition, if you're at a high altitude on a clear, still night away from city lights, you might get a glimpse with your own eyes without aid. December, we finish the year with Christmas lights, and by Christmas lights I do mean the Geminid meteor shower on the evening of the 13th and morning of the 14th, and then the Ursid meteor shower on the evening of the 21st and morning of the 22nd of the month. And that's the year. Obviously, there are other things going on, and there's plenty of space launches, but these are the ones that will be most visible across the planet. You may notice that I didn't include any auroras. As the tuned in and curious viewer that you are, you may remember that in 2024, a bunch of aurora activity happened if you were far enough north or south, as the sun shot off particles in our direction and it interacted with our magnetic field, lighting up the sky at night. Very cool. Why have I left them off this list? Well, they're hard to predict. And actually, we're pretty good at predicting them, honestly, but only really accurately 15 to 45 minutes before they happen, or vaguely within a day. The sun is on an 11-year solar wind cycle, which ebbs and flows, and 2024 was the peak of that cycle, so we won't get as much aurora activity this year. But there will still be some, but we cannot tell this far out when it's going to happen. It's not as predictable as other events in our sky. And there you have it, plenty of things to look forward to in space this year. I think it's nice to be aware of the things that are happening in our night sky, and I'm going to make more of an effort to view the astronomical events this year, now that I know when things are happening. And I hope you can join me from wherever it is on the planet you are. Enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to That's Pretty Cool, or at least leaving a comment and a like. I like to make videos on this channel that inspire in me a sense of curiosity and wonder, and space certainly does that. Happy stargazing this year, folks. Take care, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.